Well, this morning we're joined by York Technical College to talk about their fall enrollment that's now open. The president of the college, Dr. Stacey Moore, is here along with Mr. Reed Livengood, and we need to talk about this program because it sounds exciting. And if I was a student now ready to go to college, I want to go to York. So
yes.
Tell me what programs you guys offer.
We have over 100 programs in all of what we call our technical programs. So that's anything from health sciences like nursing and radiologic technology and surgical technology to industrial and engineering technologies like welding and engineering and automotive technology to business, finance, computers, cybersecurity. And then we also have what we call our university transfer, which is that, hey, I'm interested in a 4-year degree, but I want to get my first 2 years at a third of the cost or less with the same high quality.
Oh, so they can come to your school and all the transfer, the credits they transfer?
Exactly right.
I kind of like that right there. You mentioned about the trade school being less, so I can go to your trade school here or to college here and learn something in 6 months to 12 months or even less?
That's right.
So what could be some options, things I can do?
That's a great question. So we're highly flexible. So really we're talking about encouraging students to come who have full-time jobs, part-time jobs,
yes,
as well as straight out of high school. But it means we have all kinds of credentials that are high tech, high demand, high relevance that you can do in a short term or a longer term. So for example, you could be a utility line worker in 12 weeks, probably make $60,000 to start minimally.
Get out of here.
You could be a truck driver in 5 weeks. You could be a welder. You can get a welding certificate and the basics in 15 weeks. You could do it in 2 years and have much more proficiency in welding.
You could do welding in 2 years and be done?
That's correct. Program? Yeah, so we, like she just alluded to, we have programs ranging in length from a single semester, 15 to 16 weeks long, all the way to a true 2-year degree in welding.
And fall enrollment is open right now?
It's open right now.
What about tuition?
Tuition is free for South Carolina residents.
Okay,
it's a no-cost college.
Hold on, you got to say that again. It is what?
It is free for South Carolina residents. It is free.
South Carolina residents, it is free. How long do you have to be a resident in South Carolina to qualify to go to school there?
Well, you do have to be a current resident right now.
Okay.
So if you're not already, you want to get that started. But you're about at least a year to do that. But current South Carolina residents can come for no tuition and no fees.
My goodness, that's a deal. That is a steal.
It's a steal. It's thanks to the South Carolina legislature and to York Technical College. We've really put the whole package together for our students.
How many students do you anticipate each year?
We have about 6,000, between 6,000 and 7,000 each year in our what we call our credit programs, like the programs we just talked about.
Okay.
And then we have workforce non-credit programs. That's probably another 3,000. And all of our programs are highly relevant. We rely on our advisory committees in the community to help ensure our programs are relevant, meet the employer needs in the community. So they're high demand, high wage.
Okay, well, let's talk about hands-on training. We talked about the welding. Can we do a demonstration of learning how to go ahead and weld?
I would love to.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, Reed, I'm here with you. I got my goggles on. I'm ready to go ahead and learn how to weld. So walk me through this, and I don't know where you just went, but where are you?
Right here in front of you.
Okay, there you go.
So what we're looking at here is this is one of our virtual reality welding simulators.
Gotcha.
This is a Vertex unit provided by Lincoln Electric.
Okay.
And we at York Tech, we actually have a training facility, one of our classrooms, that's a dedicated lab space for virtual reality welding.
Okay.
We use it for training. We also use it for recruitment opportunities, and then most importantly, and what you're going to get to experience, is a taste for welding that you wouldn't be able to get normally because of the safety precautions that need to be taken as you learn how to weld for the first time. There's molten metal, exposed electrical arcs, some dangers that you can perform safely in that environment, but the training takes some time, and this allows us to get you that taste and that experience without having to do that.
Okay, I'm ready.
So we're going to simulate MIG welding. So there you go. And the first question I ask here is if you're right-handed or left-handed.
I am definitely right-handed.
Okay, so we're going to get you. I'm going to step on over your right shoulder here.
Gotcha.
You're going to find yourself in position. You're
I can see this little thing right here.
Yeah, this is a metal. This is simulating a metal coupon, and then whenever you're ready, you're going to pull the trigger and slowly run a MIG welding bead up. And you know what? This is not a little slower, And I like to do a little side-to-side motion. We call that a weave. This is something I teach to my students regularly.
All right.
And keep going up. I'm looking on the screen. You're doing good. And you can hear some audio feedback if you notice when you get too far away. You'll hear that sound change. We don't want, there's some audio cues that you have as a welder that you need to listen for to make sure you're running a proper weld bead. And once you get to the top, you release the trigger. Well done.
My goodness.
So, and you can, yeah, and what we're seeing on the screen is what you're seeing through the goggles, and I use that as a teaching tool. You know, I can give my students feedback. It's easier for me to see on the screen what they're doing than in a real welding booth looking over their shoulder.
And Reed, this really prevents injuries, and this keeps people protected right here to go ahead to learn real skill level of welding.
And that's exactly right. Now, don't get me wrong. The majority of your learning as a welding student at York Tech is done in our welding lab with real welding equipment. But this is an excellent tool for us to give those students a taste for it. Some of those students may be nervous, you know, welding for the first time. There's a lot of stuff going on. It can feel a little chaotic. This gives us a more controlled environment to work with them.
They see what I see.
That's
right.
right.
My goodness.
That's
okay.
right.
Let me take these off right here.
Sure.
This is absolutely incredible right here. And I felt like I was actually welding. I felt like I was doing some work here.
You know, I wouldn't quit the TV hosting job just yet. But you may have a future in welding if you really wanted to pursue it.
All right. Well, I know. Where can people get more information if they want to pursue a career in welding or any other careers that you guys were talking about? Where can they go?
YorkTech.edu.
YorkTech.edu. Thank you very much for being here, indeed, and also for Dr. Stacey being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.